Welcome back to another episode of the Game Language Podcast, where we deduce, dissect, and discuss video games and whether or not they speak our language. I'm Troy. With me always is
Jason.
How we doing?
Doing good. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm tired. Tired. I'm getting older, but I just can't get a sleep schedule down.
You need coffee.
Yeah, that's going to be my first step of adulting is going to bed on time. Sometime before 12 o'clock,
Good luck with that. I've been trying to do it, and not very successful.
But aside from not sleeping, what you been playing lately?
Oh, that's probably the reason why I haven't been sleeping. I've been playing quite a bit of stuff. I've been playing Supervive with you, Monster Hunter Wilds. I got the itch again. Thank God for hard content. And Donkey Kong Bonanza, still working on the 100%.
Nice. How's that going?
Really fun. Really fun. I'm getting a little sick of the elephant mode because I'm using that to get...
that's like the best mode.
It is one of the best modes. But if you wear the treasure tie and you level it up to level 3, as you suck up the environment, you have like a 30% extra chance to get treasure chests. And the treasure chests give you the maps for the fossils and the bananas. So I'm just, anytime I get to a level and there's an open field, I'm like, suction. Map. All right, time to go clear these out. So, been really fun. I think I only have like 70 bananas left.
Okay. So. Do you think you'll get anything when you finish?
I do know you do get something. I haven't been spoiled on what.
Yeah.
I just know that you do. So I'm looking forward to whatever that is.
Awesome. Nice.
But yeah. What about you? What you been playing?
I've been playing Supervive also. It's been a lot of fun. It's an exciting game. It kind of marries a little bit of everything I like when it comes to top-down MOBAs and a little bit of Battle Royale, So that's been fun. Been getting some crazy plays in that game.
Yeah, watching
that game
you
is exciting.
Watching you always like fly off and then just dunk people, I'm just like, you got it.
Yeah, no, that game is tight. I've been playing, just trying a bunch of different things on my Switch. Just different demos here and there. Tried Grounded 2, which is cool. I finally got it to run well on my computer.
Oh, you did?
I was having some issues with it at first. But Grounded 2 is cool. I love the comedy in that game. I love the world. It always like brings me back to the 90s. So as soon as I get some time, I'm going to sit down and really dig into it. Because I heard that this early access was pretty good, and it's about the size of the full game. So there's a lot there for me to like approach. And then I also got an iPad finally. I joined the Apple family.
Oh, welcome.
So I've been playing. So immediately after getting that, I downloaded Sword of Convaleria, which is one of my favorite gachas to play because it feels a little less than... it's not very intrusive. I can currently do all the combat. I haven't spent a dime on the game. I did reroll. So, I'm a reroll fucking goblin. So I'll sit there and make like 4 different email accounts and then re-roll it over and over again and figure out what's the best starting group.
Is that why the game language email's been getting? Just kidding.
Yeah, no, I don't use that one yet. I haven't become desperate enough. But if a game comes out and I need to re-roll real hard, it might get thrown into the pot. Just say it. You know what I mean?
Just ignore that one.
Just ignore that one. Don't worry. I never sign up for the newsletters or anything, so you won't get anything but the hey, you created an account. Oh, you deleted the account. Sad to see you go. No.
I'll know exactly what's going on if I see that email.
But so been playing Sword of Convaleria on my iPad before I go to bed, and then you let me recently borrow Tears of the Kingdom again, so I've been chipping away at that. And then you know what? I just finally beat Pokemon Scarlet.
Oh, wow.
Again. On my Switch too. So, time to hop into that DLC. So I've been playing a lot.
Yeah. No, it does sound like a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Well, now that we know what we've been playing, let's find out what's going on in the 4 corners of the gaming world as we check in with a story from each of the biggest platforms. Yeah, we're mixing it up. Bite-sized news has changed from 3 to 4, and we're going to focus on each of the 4 big guys. So, starting with Xbox. Microsoft reverses course on $80 game for the 2025 holiday season as The Outer Worlds 2 is reduced back to $69.99 from its $79.99 price tag, citing market conditions for the reason. No word yet on if they'll reverse course for hardware, but with current tariffs and other gaming companies' increase in hardware, that doesn't seem likely. Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to like production, it feels like software is the place where you can kind of still keep the old price.
Yeah,
but hardware is just there's like a 30% tariff on Vietnam, China, and like Japan, and that's where all of it gets made.
Yeah.
So it's kind of out of their control. I hate it, but I can't really hold the companies too responsible for what the governments are doing. But anywho, moving on to Sony, the blue guys, and they've joined Nintendo in the suing other copycat wars. As they announced a lawsuit with Tencent over a shameless copy of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Shameless.
The game is called Light of Moratum.
Yeah.
Unlike Nintendo, though, Sony is actually going after them for visual and gameplay likeness, whereas Nintendo is only suing Palworld for gameplay reasons. And honestly, they have every right. Light of Moratum copies not only the robot dinosaurs aspect, which, if that were the case, I'd be like, you don't have a hold on robot dinos. But they also keep the tribal vibe. All the factions are tribal factions that look ripped straight out of Horizon's world.
Yeah.
And even the protagonist is just like a Asian version of Aloy, down to the long red hair still. And I'm just like, the fuck?
Yeah, it looks like it was an AI generated game. It's like, make me a game almost exactly the same as Horizon. It's insane how much of their likeness they took.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I thought the same thing of Palworld. Because they ripped off so many Pokemon designs. I mean, dude, look at whatever their Anubis. It's just Lucario.
It's just Lucario.
They did the same thing. So I was actually shocked Nintendo didn't go for them for that. I do wonder if everyone's going to give Sony the same energy that they gave Nintendo for suing Palworld. I highly doubt it.
Yeah,
everyone just hates Nintendo.
Yeah, but we also liked Palworld. It was a fun game. I don't know if anybody likes this other game.
Well, no one's played it. It's not out yet.
Okay.
This one's getting sued before it came out. This is what everyone thought was going to happen with Palworld, where it wasn't going to come out when they did that official trailer originally. Everyone was like, lawyers are probably licking their lips right now. No, we had to wait a year and a half after the game came out to do a lawsuit, apparently. But, yeah, with this one, Sony's just going right for it before it even has the chance to come out and ruin. Well, because that's what they're citing, is that they're like, people are going to be very confused on which one's Horizon and which one's this Light of Moratum game. And also, there's a bit of shady dealings with Tencent. Apparently, Tencent had asked multiple times for a license to use the Horizon Zero Dawn license. They asked Sony for it. And when Sony said no, they made this. And now, before they plan to do their advertising, they asked again, and Sony still said no, and Tencent still went with it, and so now Sony's suing. So it looks, yeah. But I will say, unlike Palworld, they tried to get the license. Palworld didn't even attempt to ask Pokemon Company if they could just rip their monsters off. But anywho, we'll see how that legal battle goes. I am actually genuinely curious because Tencent is the biggest gaming corporation in the entire world. They're based out of China. I wonder how much they're actually even going to be able to be touched by this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Or if they're able to just Corpo hand wave it with
wave
money.
it away. Yeah.
Yeah. But moving on to PC, Steam and itch.io saw a huge censoring issue these past few weeks due to pressure from payment processors who had them remove adult games on their platforms due to an Australian activist group called Collective Shout. This has led to an organized retaliation effort by gamers who have been submitting their own complaints to Visa and MasterCard, among other processors. So much so that MasterCard has even issued a statement muddying the conversation, saying they didn't have anything to do with it. But we'll see here in the coming weeks what the truth is, because Valve has straight up called them out and said, no, you, Visa, Stripe, all came after us and told us to do this. And gamers have been calling their MasterCard and Visa representatives to issue formal complaints about it, which has led to some funny results. Their customer service line is absurd. They are denying people left and right, telling them it's an emergency line, even though it's the customer service line. And it is funny because I don't know how much truth there is to this, but people have stated that Visa and MasterCard's agents are paid per call. So if people are calling, and the reports are they're getting over 80,000 calls a day about this issue, that's a lot of money to just put the pressure on them. And they deserve it. I can't believe that they would censor like adult content on a program that's legal. Like, this isn't like illegal content. It's not like child porn or anything. So I don't understand why like they're doing this. And if people think, oh well, no one wants porn games, it's like, it's not porn games that are the only things that got targeted. We saw that Mouthwashing, a game that isn't a porn game, it's a indie darling that talked about challenging adult issues, got delisted as well from itch.io due to this issue. So I'm like, they're going to come after everything. If you think that Grand Theft Auto 6 is not going to get hit by this ban in Australia or something, you're ignorant. You're living under a rock, because they will attack everything when given that inch. So I'm really happy that people are retaliating against this, because I don't think it's right.
Yeah.
Even though I don't play those games and I don't have any interest to, I still just don't think like a payment processor should have any say on what I pay, what I buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but moving on to brighter news, the final bit. We're going to the Nintendo land. Nintendo just released its financial quarter report and confirmed the Switch 2 is the fastest selling console of all time, at an impressive 6 million units sold in the first 6 weeks. Along with the surprising reveal that Mario Kart World, which was $80, sold over 5 million, having an 80-90% attach rate, continuing Nintendo's trend of having insane attach rates for their launch games, as the previous launch record was 102% to Breath of the Wild, which I found pretty funny, that game sold more than the console at launch for the Switch one. But yeah, it looks like, Microsoft reversed $80 because they're like, hey, I don't think people are going to want to pay that. Nintendo's just like, you'll buy Mario Kart at $80 and you'll like it. And unfortunately, they're right. Everybody bought it. Because even if you exclude bundle sales, I think it's still sold over 2 million at the $80 price tag.
Damn.
So it was not like 90% bundle. It had a pretty good sales chart from the retail.
That's good.
Yeah. No, it is good. Ish. I don't like the $80 price tag, so I kind of don't like what that's telling the market. I think that's the reason Microsoft tried to do it, but realized that they don't have a Mario Kart game that can appeal to everybody, and they'll just go, it's Mario Kart, I'll pay $80, So, yes and no. I love Nintendo, but I also don't want to see them rewarded for doing such a shitty move, in my opinion.
Well,
but they did.
People are going to keep buying Nintendo games. So.
I know. I can't say anything because I bought it.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
But yeah, well, that's going to do it for bite-sized news. Next up, impressions.
Yeah, so we have a lot going on this weekend, a whole lot. So starting off with the fact that it is Evo weekend. It's the best weekend of the year, in my humble opinion. Right now, all of the best fighters in the world most of the best fighters in the world are in Vegas right now, throwing it down, seeing who's the best of the best. We're getting all the best reveals. Everybody's getting hands-on games that we've learned about earlier this year, like Tokan, and characters that were revealed, like Vi for 2XKO. So it's a great time to be a fighting game fan. So I definitely want to go into some of the things that we've seen at Evo so far.
Yeah, because so obviously we're recording this on Saturday.
Yep.
Evo is on day 2 right now.
Yep.
So we only know about the reveals of upcoming games and DLCs that have been announced.
Yep.
There will be more announcements at Grand Finals.
Yes.
That we are not aware of. We'll get you guys next time on that.
Yes.
But for now, we wanted to talk about what has been revealed.
What's happened so far? What have people got their hands on? And I guess most importantly, like Tokan, for example. That's a game that came out of nowhere what was it announced? How many
At the
months
State
ago?
of Play in May.
In May. Yeah,
It
now
was either May or June.
and now people have their hands on it. So and it also came out with a like a full beginner's guide so that we can learn a bunch about it.
A 12-minute.
A 12-minute beginner guide. So I guess I wanted to ask you first, what are your impressions so far on some of the things we've been waiting for? Vi, Tokon. What do you think of them so far from the footage you've seen?
So I really like Vi. I've been on record that Vi was the character I was waiting for 2XKO. I liked Yasuo, but I'm not a big samurai guy.
Yeah.
Same. You would think that I'm a weeb, but I'm not into that.
He's got the power of the wind.
That's why I played him. That's why I played him. I love wind, so they did have that part for me, and I do think he looks cool. He has a cool character design, but I'm not a samurai guy in a fighting game. I was waiting for Vi or someone that shoots projectiles. So if Vi wasn't going to come out, I was going to play Jinx when the game launched. But now that I got my girl Vi, I was like, hell yeah. And then they made her super cool, so now everyone's going to play her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit.
You just got to be the best one.
Yeah, that's true. It's just, that's something I always hate in fighting games. I hate mirror matches. I hate fighting the same opponent. It just kind of ruins the fun. It breaks the immersion for me that I'm like, this is my character. And they're like, this is my character too. I'm like, I don't want to fucking fight you if you're Goku too, bro. Get out of here. It's like, that's just a personal thing. I just have always hated mirror matches ever since I was a kid. I would always switch and smash. If someone picked Mario or Link, I would go and swap to one of my other characters because I'm like, I'm not going to fight you as the same dude. That's just boring to me.
Yeah, true. It's the ultimate balance, but it's also extremely boring.
There's a reason why. I would love to talk about that sometime, but that's where I learned balance is not exactly what you want from a fighting game. Because I was like, if you want balance, you can go play Street Fighter 1, where it's just Ryu versus Ryu.
Yeah.
That's going to suck after about 3 matches. You want the whole fun, at least for me in a fighting game, is like making sure it's balanced so that no one's like overpowering the other character.
Yeah.
But I do like that it's like everyone has their own bag of tricks. And it's about learning what to do to counter those bag of tricks or how to use them to counter your opponent. But yeah, so Love and Vi, I think she looks really cool. Like really cool. The only thing I don't like is her super.
Same. So
it is the lamest, the implication.
Yeah, the implication super. So I know that there's a sequence in Arcane, right, where I actually had a problem with this too in the show. So there's a fight between her and I forget the name of the girl with the robot arm, but essentially,
I forgot her name too.
Yeah. So they have I wish I remembered it, but they had a fight inside of a bar, and you think that you're about to get an insane like choreographed fight scene, which you kind of do towards the end, but it's a lot of clashing and flashing and stuff. So it's an implied fight, so much so that it pulls outside of the bar. And then it's just like you see sparks and explosions and stuff. So you know whatever's going on in there is crazy, but you don't actually get to see it. And I feel like that this super has the same vibe where it's like it's an implication. Don't like that. I want to see Vi's punch connect with whatever target and the impact of it. I'm hoping that they change it because we've seen 2 of the supers already be changed completely. Both Echo and Ari's supers are new now. So maybe they'll go back and put an adjustment. Hopefully this is a placeholder super.
Yeah, because I love the 2XKO team, but like I'm not gonna lie, from a company like Riot, this feels like extremely low budget to have that implied super.
Yeah,
like that. It just does not. Because I understand why they did it. I watched a video from Max that it kind of explained. It's like, well, yeah, they don't have a standard body size, and unlike Street Fighter, it doesn't seem like they have the amount of time to like make edits that like they do, so that you can always hit every type of body type in those games with their cinematic supers. And I'm like, I understand, but I also am like, this is Riot. They own League of Legends and Valorant, 2 of the like highest played, highest money making games on the market. Like, are you really telling me 2XKO doesn't have time or money to make a better looking super than that? Their artists are insane.
Yeah.
So I mean, just
you look at all the supers across the board, and for it to be the outlier, like the one that stands out as extremely like poor quality, it leads me to believe that this was, in my opinion, like a design choice that just did not hit right, and they need to go back to the drawing board and fix it.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't say it's an outlier because it's similar to Echo and Ari, who had weak supers, but they get fixed.
Yeah.
This one's the worst one of them. But
I didn't hear a lot of complaints about Echo's super. Was there a lot of complaints about Ari's?
I just felt like not specifically them, but they got fixed. But I have heard a very standard complaint is that the supers are not flashy enough.
Not flashy enough.
Yeah, from both Alpha Labs, they both weren't.
Yeah, I could say I can see that. I didn't see the type of discourse and like disappointment as the same as Vise.
Yeah, no, Vise was the one that broke the like floodgate to make it a bigger discourse, in my opinion,
Yeah.
from what I saw.
Because if we talk about the supers, I feel like Alawi probably has the best super in the game,
Yeah,
the
hers
best
is
looking
insane.
super, and I think that all of them. It'd be nice if all of them reached that quality.
Yeah, like I liked Yasuo's, but it's just kind of it's all right.
It's all right. No, Alawi's in my opinion has the most cinematic.
I also do love Brahms, but that was because it's comedically funny. I love the cookies.
But yeah, so aside from Vi and whatever updates we've got from 2XKO, how have you been feeling about the Tokon news? Like the gameplay, what people are saying about it? Is it still exciting for you?
So it wasn't very exciting for me, just generally. I'm not a big Marvel fan. I love Spider-Man, and he's in it, but he's not available at the demos.
Yeah, at the demos.
And I will say though, like even though I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, I didn't like him in Marvel vs. Capcom. So I'm not even really looking forward to playing him. Captain America looks the coolest to me.
Yeah. I'm with you. So I originally was like, I'm gonna play Iron Man. I'm gonna play what's his name? Quinn.
Star-Lord.
Yeah. I'm gonna play Star-Lord, Iron Man, and maybe Doom. And then I watched some Cap gameplay, and I'm like, I am playing Captain America.
Yeah,
that guy is cool as heck.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have America's ass though. Thing is flat.
Yeah, no America's ass there. But no, he's cool. So, tell me some of the stuff you like about him. I kind of want to jump into some of the different things that were revealed on each character.
I'm kind of a big fan of just like street brawling type characters. I mean, I love Vi, and that's kind of what Captain America embodies. You know, he squares up, he fights you, but he's got a projectile with his shield. I'm like, this is everything I love about a Shoto.
Yeah. So I noticed some things about him with his shield. So every character in this game has your standard light, medium, heavy buttons. Then they've got a unique skill that is unique to them, and then they've got special moves essentially. Cap's unique skill is that he can throw his shield. He can throw it in I think 8 directions.
Yeah. Each of the directions affect the trajectory of it.
Affect the trajectory. It only is a projectile on the first throw, but it's not a projectile on the way back. At least I don't think it is, unless if it doesn't hit anything, it's a projectile on the way back. Maybe it has like one tick of hit.
Yeah, he also gets a shield from that unique button.
Oh, okay.
If you press, I think it's a command, but like a motion input, but he'll like smack with it.
Okay. What I like about the shield is that a couple of things. Number one, you can throw it and interact with it with normals, so you can kick it, which is sick.
That's awesome.
So you can ricochet it off the wall, kick it back at opponents, which is, I don't know of a fighting game character outside of Echo where my normals interact with my projectile in that way.
Yeah. There's usually a character that is like that somewhat, but they're usually like technical characters.
Yeah.
Where they have,
I think also Jinx does
it.
it in 2XKO with her monkey.
Yeah, the monkey bombs.
The monkey bombs.
Yeah.
But in addition, it goes through other projectiles. It eliminates other projectiles. So he's going to be a monster on the field. So
you know who another one does it? Lucia, Street Fighter V.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 100% true.
I love how she does that.
Yeah. So Cap looks fun.
Cap does look fun. I think the other thing that I got that it was weird, at least a little odd to me, is how this game's like set up with its fighting. So you would think it's a 4v4, but it's actually a 2v2 where you earn the other 3 and 4 as you fight. But the way that you do that seems to heavily favor the person who's beating your ass.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually bad. It makes me less excited to even touch this game because I'm like, so wait, when I'm getting my ass kicked, not only do I not have a comeback mechanic, but he's going to have more guys jumping on me? Just to give you an example, you have 2 characters. If you successfully land a throw or a wall break, you get another character.
Yeah, if you wall break it any way, so it can be through throw, it can be through super, or it can be through their unique rush mechanic that they have.
Yeah, and if you do that, you get another character. When you get another character, that means you get another assist. But they don't stop it there, because now you get a health buff out of nowhere for no reason.
and you get a super buff.
And a super buff. Yeah, because you get another tick, because you start at 100 and you go to 125 to 150.
Pretty much every resource goes up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Which I just, that one's just weird. I'm not going to condemn it, until I play it.
Yeah.
But just on paper, that just sounds unintuitive to me, like in my brain of how that should work.
Yeah, because in my opinion, it would be impressive to me if the offender won with just 2 characters. It's like, I beat you with just the 2 characters I have. You had to get your whole squad, and I still won. That to me is more exciting than the offender getting more and more characters, and then the defender has to get even more pressed. Because if you're already mixing me with 2, what's going to stop you from mixing me with 3 and 4? Nothing. I'm going to get washed.
Yeah, I'm going to get washed. You're going to DHC on me. They do have they'll give you a fighter if you lose.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so really though, if like you're fighting someone who's significantly better than you, like let's say that skill level, like you kind of would need a comeback mechanic to even be equal to them. In this type of game, the only time you're even going to be on an even playing ground is final round of you losing. And I'm like, that just seems horrible. Like, to have such an uphill battle as the loser just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, this seems interesting because even if you do get all 4 of your guys at the end, you are now interacting with 4 characters, so you got to get, you got to get used to it. The other person's been whooping your ass since round 1.
Yeah, you got to make sure they're in the right order too. Because that was the other thing, is that when you swap characters, you swap your placement where they are on the grid of like your characters, which changes your assists. Yes,
because assist is based upon what position you're in. If you're in the right position, then we're going to do up, down, or up, right, down, left, right? If you're in the right position, it's going to be a projectile assist. If you're down, it's going to be a reversal assist. And if you're back, it's going to be somewhat of a unique oppressive assist. So if you swap around too much, you might not even know where your guys are. You're going to be sitting there like John Travolta, just like, who's where? I don't know where my team is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The other thing too is just like, one thing with this game that I've noticed is that it feels like it's Arxis Supervive.
Yeah.
Because dude, they have Super Dash in it from Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, they put a little bit of everything that they've ever done in there. And if you've played BB Tag, then apparently this game is made for you because
it has the universal overhead.
It has everything. Yeah, it has so much stuff that BB Tag has apparently. So
yeah, Arxis made that one too. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised. See, that's why I guess, like, the more I hear about the game, the less I'm personally interested, because I don't like tag fighters. And if I had to be real, I really don't like Arxis tag fighters, because BB Tag, I played for 3 hours with my brother. I will never touch that game. Like, you couldn't even pay me to play it.
I hated that game. I hated that game a lot.
And so if Tokon's got more in line with that than like Dragon Ball Fighters, I'm like, I'm not really into it. But I still think the game looks cool, and I still want to, like, I'm not writing it off completely, but I do think it kind of scares me how much with it is like giving me red flags for me personally, where I'm just like, I don't think this game will be up my alley.
I'm very interested to see how it turns out. I need to get my hands on it. I need to play it at a high level. Once I do both of those things, I will then determine whether or not I hate it. And it also, the cast of characters. I need some more X-Men,
I would love to have Gambit in there.
I need Gambit, I need Nightcrawler, I need Jubilee. Please. If I can get those 3, I'll play your game even if I hate it.
I was going to say, I've been hearing a lot of people request Jubilee, so that's good to hear.
We need our raincoat babe, dude. She's so tight.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, I'm just glad that people want her. But yeah. Trying to think of what else from Tokon. Was there anything else that stuck out to you? Because, like, I could go over every mechanic, but I'm not going to. Just in I just know that like if you're usually not into tag fighters, I don't know if this one's gonna do it for you, but it might because it is very different than the traditional Marvel versus Capcom 3v3 setup.
Yeah, this is the best we're gonna get from Marvel MVC in the foreseeable future. Like the thing that we're gonna get that's most like it.
Oh, I would say, wouldn't you say 2XKO is more like MVC than this? Because this looks like its own unique thing.
It may be MVCI, but like in Marvel vs. Capcom, you have the launcher where you can launch them into the air, do the combos. You can do the assist swaps while in the air. You've got DHC up to 3 characters, which, you know, you can do that. And I'm thinking Marvel 3, Marvel 2, not so much Marvel Infinite, because I do think Marvel Infinite is maybe closer to 2XKO because the 2v2 and the fuse system kind of matching the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
I see that. I guess it's just the way that like assists work, the way that the like health bar is just one bar instead of like 4 separate like health bars.
Yeah.
A lot of it just seems like a really unique take on team fighters, but it seems like it's trying to get it away from like Marvel versus Capcom. It looks distinctly different. But I'm not a Marvel vs. Capcom fan, so like if you feel like it's Marvel vs. Capcom, then
I feel like this is the closest thing we're going to get to the Marvel vs. Capcom feel of seeing Marvel characters fighting in team up situations. It's like all we're going to get. I don't think we're getting another Marvel vs. Capcom. So
let's say I've been hearing rumors that there might be a Marvel vs. Capcom in development, but
I would be happy. I'd be happy to be wrong. I'd be so happy to be wrong.
And also, I've been getting this opinion as well, mostly from like Maximilian Dude, who's been watching it, who said it wasn't as Marvel vs. Capcom-y. So that's where I was, because I'm not a Marvel vs. Capcom expert, but the way that the assist system works and everything is just like completely different, because like they have that weird 3 tick bar, and also you can't do assists. The way that they do it is like you have to use a bar to cancel, to like have an assist come out while you're attacking.
Yeah. So you can't do assists. You can't cancel into assists for free. You have to spend a resource for it. But I mean, you still do it, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm excited to try the game out, just to see how I feel about it, see if I gel with it. I wonder if the IP and the visuals will keep people hooked to it regardless of how they feel about the gameplay. I wonder if it'll be like a Dragon Ball situation where even if people talk shit about how it feels to play the game, they'll still enjoy playing the game from a medium to expert level because of their attachment to the IP and the characters. So I'm interested.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see where it goes and especially how everyone else feels about it. But moving on to the next thing that they showed at EVO. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. They showed Ken Masters DLC. This makes me want to play it. Like, I didn't really gel with Fatal Fury's beta. And I don't know if I would still gel with it even with Ken, but he looks so cool that I kind of want to play it now.
Yeah, he's like he's everything Street Fighter 6 Ken is, but better. So, yeah. I had an interest in playing Ken in Street Fighter 6, and now I want to play him even more so in City of the Wolves. He's like the only character who can special cancel into super in the game, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Seeing him do a Shoryu, but it be safe is kind of crazy. Or safer, I should say, is kind of crazy. But yeah, so Ken looks really good. I think that his beard looks kind of weird.
Visually he looks a little off.
Yeah, but his classic costume actually looks really good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, the classic costume looks really good. But yeah, I think that they did a pretty faithful rendition of the character in here. And I just love to see the love between SNK and Capcom again. You know, we need a Capcom versus SNK in the future. Please and thank you.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, the next was Street Fighter 6's Sagat. He just looks crazy.
Yeah, he's like cinematically insane. He has so many different like animations from, I think, doesn't he have a super that has multiple different variations?
I am not 100% positive on that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a super that starts the same but can finish differently. He's got his uppercut where he knees you into the wall. These DLC characters are coming out, and they're damn cool looking.
I was going to say, Mai's my favorite character in the game right now, and not because of Gunnar reasons. I actually really love playing her. And I've felt that with like Sagat. More people in our fighting game group are actually like really interested in picking Street Fighter 6 back up with Sagat because he looks fun. He's got big normals. He's just like a boss Shoto. It's like another Akuma, which has me excited.
Yeah, he's like Akuma and like what's his name? And Bison. Just the amount of sauce and disrespect. Like the disrespect is ridiculous. He like even his what is his winning animation? He like goes to elbow you but doesn't actually. Just the fucking disrespect.
No one does win screens like Capcom, man.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 has like my favorite when they like win. It just looks so cinematic. But yeah, and it's coming out really soon in 4 days. Actually, probably when you're listening to this, the day after.
Who's next after Sagat?
Next is Sea Viper.
Okay, I'm hoping that Sunday, so tomorrow, we get a Sea Viper trailer.
Me too.
I'd love to see what she looks like. We haven't seen her since 4. So, and she was a beloved character, so it would be nice to see what their new version and like extremely high def version of her.
I was gonna say I want to see what she looks like in 3D because we've seen her 2D art. And I think she looks awesome. Like the redesign looks incredible, but I want to see how that looks in game.
Yeah, their 2D art can sometimes look vastly different than the actual in game character. So I'm interested to see what they look like.
Yeah. But moving on, the last thing that was really showed so far at EVO is the Mortal Kombat collection, which hasn't been released in a long time. It's Mortal Kombat 1 through 6, I believe. It might be less than that. But one of the interesting things I learned about this game is on Switch 2, it's one of the only games that's not a game key card from a third party. So if you buy it on Switch 2 and you get the cartridge, the game's actually on it, which apparently is very rare these days. But other than that, from what I understand, no one's really gotten to test the internet, the like netcode, but it is trying to do rollback in these games that didn't have rollback before. So if you're ever a classic MK fan, it seems like this collection's shaping up to do good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a classic MK fan myself, but I think it's cool, especially with like the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. Them going back and giving these games new life is important. I think the fighting game community is on a rise. I think that we are maybe about to hit maybe in the golden age. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a lot of great fighting games that are coming out. People are winning huge pots at these tournaments. We're getting crazy partnerships, and it's time to reintroduce a lot of those games to people who are just now showing up into the FGC and bringing it back to those who loved them before.
I definitely feel like we're in the silver age. Once we hit 10 million on a fighting game, like of people playing, I'll be like, here's the golden age. Yeah. We're finally real esports now.
I mean, the money they're winning is real esports money.
And that's why I consider it a silver age. Yeah. Is that I'm like, we are finally like getting those good steps towards mainstream. But I just don't think that we're quite at like the Call of Duty, Fortnites, and League of Legends.
It was supposed to be 2XKO, but they take it too long. That was the game that was supposed to take us there.
Yeah, no, trust me, nothing irritates me more than the Riot's rollout of 2XKO. It's been abysmal. Yeah. Abysmal to say the least. Still love them, but dear God, you do not need to take 14 years to come out with a fucking fighting game, dude. And then launch with only 10 characters. Yep. So,
one game I did want to touch on that's kind of adjacent to Mortal Kombat that is getting got a lot of update, or we got updates on today, is Invincible Versus.
Oh yeah,
Invincible Versus, such a cool game. So it's I think it's a game that I just want to say, give it a try. From what I've heard from anybody who I'm watching who has put hands on the game, they've stated visually when you first see the game, it looks choppy, kind of looks weird. It doesn't look like something you'd be interested in, but you play it, and it's extremely fun. It's extremely fun. So I really, really think that game is going to be pretty good.
I just laugh when I think of that game because of that one tweet from the guy that's just like, how are they going to make a game with a bunch of flying Yuji Itadori?
That is true, dude.
Like, Invincible's series always feels like everyone just punches the shit out of each other and flies.
Yeah, everybody flies and just beats each other up. But these characters fly a little bit different and punch a little bit different.
That's all you need.
But yeah, from the KI devs, so you know the game's gonna feel good. It has a lot of interesting mechanics. It looks like they also are listening to fans because people requested that they put motion inputs in the game. They're putting motion inputs in the game. I don't know how it's going to differ. If it's going to be like Tokon, or if you do it motion input, it's going to have more power than an easy input special. But either way, it seems like it's shaping up to be a promising game. Just give it a little bit more time to cook. It'll probably be out before 2XKO. So, you know.
I mean, 2XKO is out in September, man. Finally.
It's out in non-ending beta. You know, non-ending closed beta. Not even open beta.
They should just call it early access.
It's in early access in September.
It'll be in early access for 3 years, man. Like,
yeah, it will be. To my dismay.
Well, I mean, like, in today's era, is that really like different? Like, people were playing Fortnite in beta for like 5 years before it officially had its launch.
Hear me out. Let me say one thing. Supervive. That early access was very different than 1.0 release.
True.
1.0 felt like a real game. Early access felt kind of like half a game.
So I agree with you. Yeah. Not every game does it the same.
Yeah.
Because Fortnite did also feel very like put together when it first launched.
Yeah.
Battle Royale. But as it did its betas, they started having way more like, you know, loading screens, way more like production. You could buy skins, but it was still beta. And then it was like, when they launched it, I was like, this looks no different than what I played 2 days ago before the update. Yeah. And like, so if 2XKO goes that, I'm like, it's out in September. It's just early.
Yeah. I would hope that it comes out fully featured and feels like a full game. Not like Supervive or like No Rest for the Wicked, for example, where it's lacking heavy features, some of the features that make the game worth it, you know? But we'll see. We'll see.
I was gonna say I mostly expect just like bugs and stuff, and to be able to hand wave and be like, hey, we're still, you know, ironing out the kinks.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with that.
September might come, and then we just have these 8 characters?
10.
Are we gonna have all 10?
Oh, actually, I'll have to double check on that. We'll get back with the official word next episode, but I thought it was 10.
I hope
that we're
so.
launching with, but
I hope so. In September, we're gonna have 10.
Yeah, I have to double check that one. All right. But that's about all we've learned from EVO so far. Like we said, we'll let you all know next time when whatever reveals were happening. That will happen today and tomorrow. But we did have another showcase.
Yes.
The Nintendo Direct Partner Edition. Mm-hmm. So, with partner showcases, if you're new, this is when Nintendo doesn't share first party, which is when they show, you know, Mario, Zelda, you know, the games they make. Mm-hmm. These are the ones where other companies are coming out on their platform and they're just giving them a highlight reel, essentially. So normally my expectations on these are extremely low. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch it live because I'm like, I'm not getting disappointed. I will wait for the Twitter highlights afterwards because the last couple I've gotten have been terrible. Mm-hmm. Absolutely terrible. And this one was not. I heard some people hate it, but I actually thought the games that they showed were pretty impressive for a 20-minute like showcase. It started off with a bang with Monster Hunter Stories 3. The Twisted Reflections, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
I think it looks incredible. What did you think of Monster
Hunter?
Oh,
it was hype. You know, I'm the biggest Monster Hunter Stories fan. Speaking of, go play Monster Hunter Stories 2 on Switch 2. You know, it's got uncapped frame rate. But Monster Hunter Stories 3, I'm excited for. I know that it's going to be a fun RPG. I know that the visuals are going to be insane, that the monster collecting is going to be fun. Just overall looks cool. It also looks like we're not a kid anymore.
You're not a kid anymore.
We're an actual adult, so maybe we'll tackle some more adult stories.
And a voice protagonist.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't voiced before. They would only do grunts.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. I wonder if we'll still customize them.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That actually, I don't... if you can't, because I know you can choose between boy and girl already. But I will be honest, I don't think I want to play it if I have to play as the defaults, just because that would ruin it for Monster Hunter for me. I always love making my hunter. But I do think it looks incredible. I like that it doesn't seem like there's performance issues, at least in the reveal. So have a bit of confidence with the Switch 2. Other than that, we actually also did get a bunch of HD 2D games announced for this, including Octopath Traveler 0, which is a prologue for... Oh my god. It's not a prologue. What's it? A prequel to Octopath. Prequel? Yeah, no, sorry. My words are escaping me. But yeah, it looks like a prequel to Octopath Traveler. I didn't really play the Octopath games. I think they visually look great, but I've never gotten hooked by them. Have you played Octopath?
Nah, I'm not. I'm not really into that visual style.
Yeah. The other game though that they did make in this style is the Adventures of Elliot, which odd name for a fantasy game. I was like, Elliot? Really? We're just gonna go with some random normal dude's name. And then the thing that killed me was the name of the land, Philadelphia.
Yep, Philadelphia.
Born and raised.
Philadelphia.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia, bro. It's ridiculous. It looks good. It's a top-down Zelda game in the HD 2D style, which I think actually works really well. It looks really cool. I just am like really put off by the name.
Yeah, I think I clocked out when I saw this.
Yeah, the thing that's crazy is the character looks cool. He looks like a white-haired red mage from Final Fantasy.
Well, yeah, and he got a cool hat and everything.
Yeah, but then they just went and named him Elliot.
I played as Elliot in a fighting game, so I'll accept it. But still don't know if I can gel with that style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it also, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remakes got announced for this year. And if you're a Switch 2 owner like myself, they gave a free update to 3. So now I get to play it at 60 FPS.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I was playing it yesterday, actually, for a bit. Put about another hour in it. Very happy. Because it ran like cheeks on the Switch 1. And I was shocked. I was like, you are literally pixel work with okay 3D. So I was a bit shocked that the performance was where it was before. So very happy that they did that. But other than that, that's the HD 2D games. They also showed Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles, but we already knew about that one. It's cool. It's coming out this year. New announcements were Pac-Man World 2 Repack, which has a platformer fan. I've been in a platformer mood after playing Donkey Kong. That one looks cool. I actually went and watched a lot more of the gameplay, and I was like, oh, damn, I never really played this growing up. Might need to pick it up. Comes out in September, though. Trying to think, was there anything else that stuck out to you in that partner showcase?
Not in the slightest. Yeah, I saw the partner showcase wasn't really for me. I don't really like the HD 2D games, so there's too many of those really for me specifically. I did play Pac-Man World, I believe, back in the day. So I saw Monster Hunter Stories 3. I was like, all right, I'm cool. I'm happy that I got to see that, and I left it there.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty excited about Persona 3 Reload also coming to Switch, because I've been wanting to play the Persona games on the handheld.
Yeah.
But because I even went and watched a video on Persona 5 on Switch, and it does not look like it got better on Switch 2, so I'm not going to play that until they do an update, if they do. The only thing that really sucked about a lot of these announcements, including they also added Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. But the thing that stinks is that all these are game key cards. None of these, if you buy them physically, will be on the cartridge. So for me, it's not the biggest deal, but I'm like, well, I'm just going to buy it digitally then. Why would I?
Yeah.
If I have to download it anyway. That was a bigger deal to a lot of people.
It's like buying PC games, like back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, to be honest, that's how 90% of your PS5 games are. They're not on the freaking Blu-ray disc. Mm-hmm. They're just a download code. It's what day one patches are for. So I always think it's a little weird to get upset about that, but I do know for Nintendo fans, this is new. Before, Nintendo has always put everything on the disc. So I kind of get it, but it hasn't been an issue for me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's about all I know from the showcase. I was very disappointed there's no Silk Song. That game continually goes back to does not exist in my head.
Yeah. When is the Xbox OG? All right, what is the name of their handheld that's coming out?
The ROG Ally.
ROG Ally. When does that come out?
It's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, isn't it like
this fall?
Yeah, because Silk Song's supposed to come out with that.
With that or before it? It'll be a game that you can play on it at launch.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because Team Cherry is not committing to a date.
Then I'm going to push it back as far as to the day that thing releases. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm holding off for. Is it's just going to release with that, I guess. Yeah. With no fanfare.
They said Silk Song will be playable at the Microsoft booth at Gamescom, which happens later this month. Okay.
But
yeah. But that's going to do it for impressions. I didn't think the partner showcase was terrible, but I also didn't think it was amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. They did show another trailer for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, and they're going hard on the advertising that it's canonical, unlike Age of Calamity, which was a time traveling alternate universe,
like alternate, like anime movie situation.
Oh yeah, because wouldn't you want to do Halo Reach but save everybody? Yeah, that was Age of Calamity. I hated that. I never like alternate stories like that. So yeah, I think it's cool that they're going to go the canonical route, but it's like, dude, I don't know. Man, hopefully it's good.
Yeah. And with that, we are going to move into my favorite game. Maybe our favorite game.
Yeah.
Cover art as seen by my wife. It's a game where I give my wife topical cover art of video games. I remove the text most of the time just so she doesn't know anything about it. And then she gives me the best description of what she thinks is who they are and what is happening. And these are amazing. So I love these. I think you'll be able to gather the topic today. So we'll just get right into it. Okay?
Sounds good. All right.
Starting off with the first one. And I love this description. I know what this one is, but I can't give away too much. Or give too much away. So I'll say, picture Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson in Zoolander, but they're martial artists. And the edges of the art look like they're being pulled into a black hole. Again,
I know this is Street Fighter,
but which one?
Which one? No.
Also, I'll never be able to look at Ryu and Ken the same.
I know, dude. No, now that she said that, I was like, that is immediately what I thought of. Is Ryu is Ben Stiller, and Ken is Owen Wilson.
Yeah, I need that now.
Give me the mod.
Yes, but
I believe this one is it's not Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 4.
Yes.
Yeah,
Street Fighter 4. It's the when they were using the black and white paint strokes, when they were doing
that's what I was thinking, because 5 kind of had that with the black and white cover, but it's only Ryu.
It's only Ryu. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. I know what this one is. Oh no, sorry. The cover is in all black and white, and the 3 characters are all have heavy scene makeup on. There's a sword or wand or some sort of item in the middle of them that looks like it could be from Sailor Moon. It's the only color object.
Soul Calibur.
Damn, which one?
Oh God, 2.
Damn.
It was the scene photo, black and white. Yeah. I was like, I always remember Link and
yeah, dude. I even picked the one with Heihachi just to try and maybe she'll throw you off a little bit. All right, Jason. Shit. All right. Imagine if Final Fantasy characters joined a fight club. Some notable icons are a person with a luchador mask, a girl with a purple hair and a purple jumpsuit, and a blonde woman with a dramatic bluish purple cloak.
Okay, that one's a little...
You better not know this one.
Is it BlazBlue?
No. I'll give you one more guess.
Under Night in Birth?
Definitely not.
Okay.
It is Dead or Alive 4.
Oh, wait, there it is.
Yeah, DOA 4. They definitely look like Final Fantasy characters. Now that she said that.
Nice.
All right. This one's funny. I literally don't know what's happening here, but there are chains and a lot of leather straps. Sweating emoji. The person on top is wearing a red shirt tucked into a man's corset with a large belt buckle that says free on it.
Guilty
He has
gear.
spiky. Let me finish. He has spiky orangish red hair with a red sweatband, and a person on the bottom is a blonde man with blue eyes and blue gloves.
So it's Guilty Gear. I think this one is, but it's got Kai on the front. Is that XX?
Yes.
Is it plus R? XS,
yeah, it's
accent core?
Yeah, it's like that. So I'll give it to you because that's a variation of it, because I think it's Guilty Gear X, but like XX, I believe, has a similar cover art.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the belt was free, but
The
dude,
belt
I love
was
that.
free.
I love that leather with chains, sweating emoji. I'm like, all right, now when I play Guilty Gear, she's not allowed to watch anymore. All right? No, I play that in my room with the door shut because she gonna get too hot and bothered by these two. All right, and now this one is starts with, I think this is like 7 O's. Oh, this one is about to be a hair description. The kids at the front may be siblings due to their blue hair that they share. Above them is a man with long blonde hair and facial tattoos. Next is a girl who looks very worried with cute creature ears. Below her is a white cloaked skeletal figure with a claw hand. Then there's a light pink hair girl with a long sword, and a man with blades attached to his arms and long brown hair.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Grand Blue Fantasy versus?
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Which
that
one?
right?
Yeah, but which one?
Rising?
Damn it!
It was the blue hair. It was the only thing I could think of. And I kept listening for the weapons, and I was like, the more weapons there are, the more this is Grand Blue, not Blast Blue.
It's a good thing that you play on the receiving end of this, and I don't, because I would get all of these wrong. I don't have that type of memory. Cover art, I don't remember the fuck it looks like. But, all right, good job. You got 4 out of 5 right.
Yeah.
Dang, dog. Shoot.
Can't believe I missed the Dead or Alive one.
I can't believe you got the rest of them right. And with that, we're going to go into our break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about a language-defining game that is near and dear to my heart. We will be going into our last boss topic, which is very important. You want to stick around for that. And then a closing vocab that, honestly, I didn't think about the fact that this actually would be something that wouldn't be understandable at first. And I think about the 2 separate words. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. We should probably talk about it. So we'll see you right after the break.
And welcome back. Hope you had a great break. Hope that little doon 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 got you in the mood to mosey back on in. But we're going to be going right into a language-defining game. And this time, it's you, Troy. You brought the game. What game are you bringing today?
Dead or Alive 4.
Dead or Alive 4, the one I got wrong in the game.
No,
I love this.
I put that in there because I'm like, I don't talk about this game enough. This is like, I used to sit down on we'll go into like all my descriptions of everything, but like, let me paint you a picture. All right. I was like, I don't remember the exact age. I think like 14 or so when that game was out.
I think it was like 2006, so we would have been like 15.
Yeah, 14, 15. I'm sitting there in my room on my Xbox. I turn the music of the game off, but I have my own music that I don't remember even how you used to upload music onto the Xbox. Did you have to do it with your account?
You either did it that or... Oh, yeah, I actually don't remember.
I don't remember, but I had my music on there. Whatever little music I had. It was always like Fall Out Boy or Paramore, just my rocker music. And I would fight every character on the hardest difficulty on every stage. And it was actual heaven. I love that fighting game so much. It was back in a time when I didn't take fighting games too serious. It was before my like competitive Smash like journey. It was before I started getting into Street Fighter really heavy or started worrying about frames or anything. All I cared about was how do I beat my opponent and just have a good time.
That's exactly how I played Soul Calibur 2 back in the day on my GameCube. I was like, I don't give a shit about playing right. I just want to smash people.
Yeah. But But yeah, Dead or Alive 4. That was I played pretty much. I didn't play Dead or Alive 1, but I played 2 pretty heavily. Dead or Alive 3 heavily. I even played Dead or Alive 3 with my dad, which was fun because he doesn't play any games. And then Dead or Alive 4 was when everything was just like perfect.
Just perfect.
Yeah.
So you played it on Xbox. Did you play Master Chief?
Yes. Well, I played
Spartan.
Spartan. I played Spartan.
Whatever
Yeah,
they
Spartan,
did.
whatever they were. Yeah, I remember playing as them too. I played as every character in that game. I made it a point. It's probably the only fighting game where I have an extensive knowledge on every single character.
In that game, then, before we get into like the intricate details, who was your favorite character?
Hayate.
Hayate.
Hayate, since he sits up there in like top 5 favorite fighting game characters of all time. I love Hayate. I think when I played Dead or Alive 2, I didn't even know who he was because I think you could only play as Ian at the time. There's like this whole like mind washing thing or like brainwashing thing that happens to him, and then he's like a different guy, and he goes and gets trained in karate. And but he was cool. I liked his aesthetic, and then to find out that he was a ninja in 3, boy, man, that boy's been my favorite forever.
Dude, hell yeah. All right, well, let's get into why this game is such a language-defining game. And first, we'll start off. I know it's a fighting game, but is there a story to Dead or Alive 4?
Yeah, so there's a story to Dead or Alive 4. I forget Dead or Alive in general, there's always the typical tournament. And everybody comes from around the world to fight in the tournament for different reasons to get the money and become the best fighter, right? The protagonist story, I would say, is Kasumi. Kasumi is a character from a village of ninjas that they're somehow intertwined. How do I say this? Hayate himself gets intertwined with the guy who runs the tournament, and he gets captured or something like that. And so Kasumi wants to go find him, but they're like, it's forbidden. You're the princess of this town. If you go, then it's like you're abandoning the village and we will come after you and kill you. So she still goes because she wants to get her brother. And Ayane, the girl you see with the purple hair who shows up in Ninja Gaiden, she hates her. Loves her brother. She loves Hayate, but hates Kasumi for some odd reason. Yeah, so she's going after her to kill her. They're like, yeah, go kill her. She's like, I'm down for that. So essentially the story is you play as Kasumi going into the tournament to find her brother, and you'll see Ayane come across you all the time to try and kill you. Yeah. And everybody else has their own little stories here and there. But that's like the protagonist of the story or of the games.
Yeah, she's always on the front cover, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, all right, so story's kind of
is
typical fighting game, enough to get you to punch people. Mm-hmm. But how about the visuals? Like, especially back in Xbox 360, because I remember this was a launch game for that console. What did you think of the visuals?
So I've always thought the game looked really good. Obviously, there's a couple different things that they used to garner a fan base in physics, we should say, and outfits that appealed to a lot of boys of my age. However, the visuals that really attracted me were the fact that, number one, the game always starts off with at least the third and I think the fourth game starts off with a cutscene that is always like a cinematic cutscene.
It's always like pre-rendered, right?
Pre-rendered cutscene, which is just like my JRPGs, which I loved. Most of the time featuring Aerosmith, which is like, I would say top 3 favorite bands of all time. Love Steven Tyler. And it just always gets me hype. I would watch the opening cutscene every time. And each one of the characters have an arcade mode when you win at the end, you get another pre-rendered CG cutscene.
Oh,
so it was so cool to play through the game and get rewarded with a CG cutscene at the end, kind of like old Tekken used to do.
Tekken still does that.
Oh, it still does that? We get a pre-rendered cutscene at the end?
Yeah. That's how you get Kazuya's shoe ending.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. See, I love that. That's like some of my favorite things is getting those CG cutscenes at the end of the games. I think that the character models looked good and clean. Some of the other visual things that I loved about it was the effects. So there's a lot of like stage interaction in Dead or Alive. Probably my favorite thing about the Dead or Alive games is sending people through walls or over cliffs or whatever you have. But they're they have such cinematic transitions. Something that they also lean into in 5 and 6, especially, is the fact that you kick somebody out of a window and then you get like a little a cinematic scene of them falling down a sign or something, like hitting the sign every time, and then it falls down and explodes behind them. Your character jumps down and then the fight continues. There's these I think Dead or Alive has, bar none, the best stage transitions of any fighting game.
Yeah, I laughed whenever you've shown me them, especially like 3 when they like used the opponent as a surfboard downstairs.
Yeah,
so funny.
In 4 there's like a stage where I think 4 is when they introduced like tables and stuff. So tables and chairs and little light things that you can kick somebody, they'll flip over it, and then you can, as the oppressor, jump over it really quick and continue the fight. But all of that made for a really cinematic fight, because you'll kick somebody over a chair, jump over, continue the combo, smack them down the stairs. They'll fall down the stairs, then you'll jump down and like land on them or some shit. So much fun.
That's awesome. All right. Well, you've already touched on it a little bit, just since they seem to pick on Aerosmith. But how was the music in Dead or Alive 4?
Aside from Aerosmith, I don't remember anything else. I'm not going to lie. I don't remember any of the specific stages. I mean, if you're a true Dead or Alive fan and I'm letting you down, I do apologize. I'm so sorry, especially Swoozy. Swoozy is the only content creator I know who's like a big DOA fan, like competitive player. But yeah, I don't remember any of the music aside from the fact that Aerosmith was in it.
Hey, in fairness, that's how I was with like the Budokai games.
Yeah.
Budokai 2 had like one of the greatest, like when you first started the game, had an amazing song. It's never played again in the game other than like at the credits. And I was like, yeah, I don't remember any song other than that one. So
yeah,
hey, sometimes the one that makes the first impression is the one that matters the most. Well, all right. Well, so the game doesn't have too much crazy music, but how's the gameplay on this? Like, what made it a language-defining gameplay experience for you?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna dig in. Okay, so the thing that I loved about Dead or Alive, where there's a couple things. So I'm gonna go into buttons and kind of explain a few things. Number one, you got your punch button, you got your kick button, you got your block button, right? And then I think you have grab. So punch and kick, you can use different motions, be it full circles, quarter circles, all those kinds of things in a 3D fighting game, which is amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you've got those different types of actions, back, forward, what have you. Then when you go into blocking is fun because at any point your character can, during their block, press forward and block, back and block, down and block, and I think up, back, and block. What that does is your character will go into a reversal stance. If you do forward and block, if somebody does a kick, you'll completely reverse their combo, mid combo string. Back and block, if it's a mid punch, you'll catch their punch and flip them around. So, and defense, you always had like an offensive option. So it doesn't matter how tight their string is. Well, I guess there are certain ones that would lean into each other. They're like triple kicks and stuff. But it's the offender's job to mix up their strikes to trick you and make you go to do one of the reversals, and then open you up from it. And then it's your job as a defender to pay attention to their strings and then find those openings. So it wasn't just, oh, I'm getting comboed. Unless your feet were off the ground at any point, if there was like a reset, you can get punched in the face, like land back, like regain your composure, and then block the next move. And so there was like this frenetic gameplay in Dead or Alive, and I loved it. And no other game I've played has it at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's really cool.
It is so sick.
I wonder how that would feel to play.
I think that everything got a little streamlined in 5 and 6, especially with they have these weird moves where you can hit a person and send them across the screen to interact with like the environment. People start getting like special moves, things like that. Too many mechanics. But 4, I think, was the sweet spot where you didn't have meter or anything. You just had your character and then interacting with the stage.
That's awesome, though. Sometimes, less is more.
Yeah.
So that's cool, though. I really like that reversal stance system. Well, I guess the last thing is, what impact did this game have on you?
It taught me, it pretty much taught me how to stay in the fight. Like it taught me mental, taught me the mental part of playing fighting games. It's it's taught me the ability to actively think while I'm being either comboed or comboing, what have you. I always look for games that like push me so hard that my like brain is firing on all cylinders. Doesn't mean I'm like the greatest player or anything like that. I can still suck even though I'm firing up like if I'm firing at all cylinders and I'm going 60 miles per hour and somebody else is going 100, they're still gonna beat me. But still, it pushed me to the point where I'm always actively like within the fight and looking at my surroundings. My perception is increased because of that game, because I'd have to think, okay, if I combo this person, bounce them, then I'm going to sidestep and then hit them over a fucking a chair, and then I'll jump over the chair, do a combo, hit them up in the air, grab them, slam them, and like slide across the ground. Like there's so many different active interchanging interactions that would happen on Dead or Alive 4 in their stages that it kind of just trained me to be better when it comes to just any game that I play. I'm very perceptive now in a lot of the games that I play because of it. And and just like personally, it put a fuel of just like that creativity and thinking outside the box type of approach to video games that helps me enjoy them even more nowadays.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is really good. Well, thanks for sharing Dead or Alive 4. I'm pretty sure most people probably wouldn't have thought of that game as the like language defining game, but
I think that
but I think that's cool though.
Yeah, I think that Dead or Alive unfortunately pushed its like gooning and like its fan service too hard, that it doesn't get taken seriously.
That's how I've always heard of the series, is that it's just like, oh, it's that game.
It's that game. Oh, the booby bouncing game.
Yeah, the jiggle physics inventor.
And you're just like, you're right, but like it does also have probably one of the best volleyball games of all time, Like Dead or Alive 1 Extreme Beach Volleyball is actually a good game, but it comes with caveats. Everything's a monkey paw.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still cool though. I wish that I wish 6 wasn't as weird as it was. It seems like they lost a bit of like their identity.
Yeah, I feel like they complicated it. If they can get back to basics, if another Dead or Alive ever comes out, if they can just take us back to, hey, this is your character, these are your buttons, this is how you interact, you don't need extra meters or anything like that, I think people might like it.
Yeah, no, because I mean, it has me interested to touch it, because I'm just like, dang, it sounds cool having all those stage interactions and everything. Yeah. But it also is older, so I don't know how I'd get to play it without getting an Xbox.
Yeah.
But with that, we are now going to end the language defining game segment. And do you hear it? The ominous approaching storm that is Last Boss. All right. And this is our season finale, if you were unaware. So for the final Last Boss, we're in a reflecting mood. So I just wanted to stat check with you, Troy. How we feeling about the podcast right now? And what are some things we got cooking in the noodle to help spice it up?
I'm feeling good. I feel like we've done a lot of changes. If you listen to every episode, they're like, dang, another new segment. We're changing this now. Certain things have been left behind. And I think we've stumbled across some staples that I really like. I think the podcast is going well. I think that in cooking in the noodle, so to speak, I think that I'd like to approach some more what would you say, some more primary topics. So if you have anything, please let me know. Reach out to us and give us some ideas on certain things that you'd like us to really dig into. We always talk about our language defining games, and it helps you get to know more about us. But I guess I would like to know, what do people want us to talk about, so we can dig into those a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd actually agree, because I really like the format we have. And like, because especially for me, like, podcast is awesome because it's especially when we bring guests on for language defining games.
Yeah.
It's like having a journal of my favorite people and their favorite games. So I've always enjoyed that aspect of it, and I don't want to see it go away or anything. But I am with you where I'm like, I would like to see, and especially you listeners, what type of like content you'd like us to speak on, because gaming is such a broad entertainment like section of of how we consume media that there's so many facets to it. There's so many different discussion talks because, like, I mean, even just you and I when we talk, you can tell that like our brains are way more hyper fixated on very different corners of this gigantic industry. Like, you know, for me, I'm really into like the technical and sales stuff. So like the industry part really fascinates me. And then there's also the art part of like, you know, how games are expressed as art. And that's cool. But then you also have people that are like, you're way more multiplayer and competitive focused. So I get a lot of my news and stuff from you when regards to that. And I know other people are like, yeah, but I love like merchandise or like like, you know, media that's congruent or like side pieces to it. So whatever anyone wants to hear about, we're always open to hear new ideas and implement them, because I just love talking about games.
Yeah.
You know, certain things we've already changed, like just this episode changed bite-sized news to now being more about going to all corners of the market. And so just trying to do more changes like that. But we are happy that everyone's been listening. But yeah, any other thoughts or?
No, just like, I appreciate everybody who listens. This is such a fun thing, like hobby to have. I never thought I'd be on a podcast for this long and this dedicated, but yeah, it brings me joy coming in here, and I'm always happy to hear what people have to say about it. You know, we don't get a lot of negative feedback, but you know, any constructive feedback is always nice.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be afraid. We're a little tough. We play fighting games.
Yeah, I play fighting games.
It's not super fragile.
Anything you say to me, my mom's already said. All right.
I was like, yeah, I can parry that. But with that, let's go into the season finale's video game vocab. And I've realized that we've said this one a lot without ever describing it or defining it. But set piece. Now you might be thinking, well, like, oh, I might know what that is, but like, do you?
Yeah.
Set pieces are often predetermined events, meaning their occurrence and progression are not entirely dictated by player actions. They are designed to be visually striking and emotionally resonant, much like a cinematic scene. Set pieces aim to immerse the player in the game world by creating memorable experiences. They can be used to build tension, showcase a game's strength, or simply provide a sense of awe and wonder. And a lot of times you'll see this, what people will refer to as a set piece is something that is very different from the traditional gameplay loop. Like, to use an example of a game that's older, Super Mario Odyssey. It's like the whole game you're platforming and collecting stuff. But when you do a set piece, like when you fight Bowser or you fight the dragon in the Forgotten Kingdom, it changes the way you play, so that you'll experience this new event that's supposed to excite you and be like, I'm doing something different. And, you know, games succeed and fail at this, but they're a core part of any like usual narrative experience or like a single player game typically. But yeah, more you know.
Well, I guess that's it for the season finale.
Yeah, woo! Another season.
Another season. It's been a long year. Dude, I love this thing.
Yeah, it is so fun. But now,
it's time for the final credits. This is the last part of the show where we give
you
30 seconds
uninterrupted
to say whatever your heart desires.
Be it salty,
sweet,
or say nothing at all.
The mic is yours.
Tell us what's on your mind.
And whose turn is it? Mine or yours?
It's mine.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Don't have a lot to say because I'm not feeling particularly spicy this morning. But just wanted to, you know, as a season finale, thank you to everyone who listens. Really, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate everyone who shares, comments, or even talks to us about this podcast. Just know that you make my days better when I hear about that. So thank you so much, and I hope that you continue to keep listening.
I'm going to steal the last 4 seconds to say thank you also.